Alright. Train ride to the motherfucking sky gonna get so high.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome back for this extremely educational episode of Johnny Shoots a Lot's Gun Talk. So, before we get started here, I just want to make it perfectly clear. I am absolutely 100% an expert on this, and what I say is the gospel. If you don't like it, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. What I say is 100% right. This is a magazine. You read it. It has pages and words in it. I know that's tough for some of you, but words we learn in school can be found inside this magazine. This is a clip. It clips into your gun. That's what everybody calls it. This is a clip. That is the only name for it. I got a small clip. I got a big clip. I got a medium clip. I got these clips. These guns have clips in them. This gun has a clip in it. All of these things are clips. If you think it's different, you're wrong. You're welcome for the education today. So come back and enjoy my channel and have a great day. Clips, magazines. One more time. Magazine, clip, bye. Now, obviously, folks, I am definitely joking about this. This is what we call comedy. For a lot of you folks that don't seem to get my sense of humor, for those of you that do, I do appreciate that very much. We all know that the technical name for this device that goes into the bottom of your pistol and holds ammunition in it is called a magazine, technically. Nobody is arguing that point. Clips originated in the 1880s. You know, Mauser came out with a stripper clip to quickly load, you know, from the top into those guns. And they were used throughout, I don't know, throughout the century, all the way up into Vietnam, from the best of my knowledge. Stripper clips, and so it was a quicker way to load single bullets into a rifle or a pistol mainly. But when I came up, I was taught to shoot by guys who were actually in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. And a lot of them still called what we refer to as a magazine, a clip. And in general vernacular, when I was growing up in the 80s, these were referred to as clips as well. So when I shoot these videos, I don't have any kind of script. I don't write things down beforehand. I don't go into great detail about anything technically. I just sit down, I turn on the camera, and I tell you what I think. That's the kind of videos I want to see about products that I'm interested in, whether it's motorcycles or guitars or guns or, I don't know, house cleaning products. Doesn't matter what it is. I don't want to see some scripted video that's super well polished. I just want to see somebody sit down and talk plainly like they would if I was sitting next to them and giving me their opinion. Now, sometimes for you folks, most of you that leave these insane comments as if you're doing us all a favor by correcting me, you know, you've obviously never made a video. You've obviously never had any experience speaking publicly. And when you do that, sometimes, even though there's not 100 people out here watching me right now, sometimes you just call things what you normally call them, whether it's the absolute right name or not. I like to make fun of myself when I do this stuff. And, you know, I like to definitely make fun of people who try to correct it, thinking that they're doing the world a favor. Which is obviously what this whole video is about. But, you know, it's the internet. Everybody hides behind anonymity, and they're going to hate on people. Trolls are going to troll people, and that's funny, and I think it's hilarious. And I encourage you folks to, if you are right now feeling like you need to get on here and comment and hate, do that. I think it's funny. I will laugh at it. I will laugh at you. And whether you realize it or not, the more you comment, even if it's a hateful correction, the YouTube algorithm doesn't know the difference. And so it's actually promoting my videos whether you want to or not. So get on here and comment and hate and be that type of a person. I mean, I don't know how small you've got to feel inside to do that. I certainly have never, I don't really comment on YouTube videos at all, but I certainly would never even consider even a negative comment on somebody's video. That's just, that seems like the biggest waste of time in the world. But if that's what you are into, like, come on and do it. Leave those comments. I mean, some of the things that these people say are absolutely hilarious, and I'm sure that a lot of you folks that follow me and understand my sense of humor probably think that it's hilarious too. So, you know, I've had some funny comments both ways, but it's all in good fun. Like I said, we all know that this is supposedly called a magazine, and a clip is something that was used in the 1900s. But like I said, you know, we all call things something different. It doesn't matter as long as you know what everybody is talking about. And this idea that there is an absolute right and a wrong way to do something, like that's don't be a Nazi. Don't be a gun Nazi. Don't be some kind of authoritarian lunatic who thinks it has to be one way or it's wrong. You know, I was watching an episode of, I was an episode of the Iraqi veteran 8888 Gun Graps. A really early episode came on the other day when YouTube was just auto playing. And they were talking about gun vocabulary or something. They were hating on it. And what I started to realize pretty quickly is most of the vocabulary, the incorrect terms that they were complaining about people using were terms that, let me see how I can put this lightly, would come from a very specific demographic of people. And I don't necessarily think those guys are racist. I don't know. I actually don't know them. They may be, they may not be. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, like, in the 21st century here, in the year 2022, it's very important that we try to promote gun culture as best we can, that we don't deter people from taking part in this, because we need as much support as we can. Every day there's more young people that are coming up and having insane ideas. You've got these 17-year-olds you know, pitching fits on the internet and getting companies to change their policy and the way they word things, and it's nuts, man. A 17-year-old kid doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. At least I sure didn't when I was 17, and I wouldn't have anything useful to say to really anybody at that point. But the bottom line is, you got all these younger people coming up. We want to embrace them, and if they call something a word that's a little different than you do, don't shit all over them and say, "Oh no, you're wrong and I'm right." And that's just douchey. And from best I can tell from the YouTube analytics, all of my viewers are grown men, and the majority of them are from America. And so I'm speaking directly to you folks. If you're a grown person and you feel the need to go on somebody else's YouTube channel and correct some word that they use for some term, you're not doing anybody any good. Like, I don't know how insecure you've got to be with yourself to do that, but you're actually deterring people from entering into something that we all love if you do that outside of here. Now, you may be different in real life. Like I said, everybody hides on the internet behind the curtain of anonymity, and I get that, but you know, we need to be as open and welcoming as possible to protect our Second Amendment rights, to get more people into shooting sports, to get more people into common sense gun ownership, where we understand that a lot of this is just for fun. We carry these things for defensive purposes, but most 99.99% of every round that's fired through a gun is for fun. There's very few people that actually have to use a gun defensively. Now, having said that, so I have heard some stats that somewhere around 4,000 assaults are deterred every year by concealed carried handguns. But again, most of the ammunition fired, most of the guns bought are for fun. If you're a big time gun guy, I guarantee you own a bunch of guns, and you probably really need one to protect yourself, and you may need one other one to hunt with. And the rest of them are just for fun. I've got 3 sitting right here I'm about to do a comparison video on, and any one of these would be great for defensive purposes by itself, and I could take any one of these to the range and have fun, and I don't need 3 of them, but I bought them because they're fun. So bottom line here, we know that this is a magazine. We know that this is a magazine. I'm not gonna stop calling these clips if that's just what comes to my mind. It's gonna happen. It's a clip to me. It can be whatever you want it to be to you, but don't be a jackass. If you're a gun guy, don't be a jackass. And to me, you can do anything you want to. I think it's absolutely hilarious. But when you're out in the world, you see a young kid and maybe he uses the wrong word, don't be a douche and correct everything that he says like you're some kind of genius. Most of you that are making these comments, these corrective comments on my videos, you don't even have any kind of presence online. You never made a video. You probably never have spoken in front of people. I've made a living doing that for almost 30 years now, and it's an arena that you obviously do not know anything about. So don't dip your toe in the pool if you don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, hope everybody's having a good day. I'm gonna get back to making some videos and speaking my mind and rattling on about some other things. So we'll see you guys at the range, and have a good one.
Yeah, you gotta do it, man, just much as you can before you die. All the things they telling you is insane. Usually the shit that change your game. Gotta keep it up right now, man, cause we on that train ride. Every time I